for what could be the final time of the CORSAIR DreamHack Masters Malmö group stage, or indeed any game here. Fnatic have to battle and dig deep and win their choice of map on Mirage. If they concede this, they are eliminated. They will not be playing on home soil in the arena. Tyloo, they managed to navigate their way through Inferno. It wasn't the easiest of performances. It went the distance, but they got it done just about, even with a sick Ben Tet. And there were certainly some alarming signs for Fnatic. That being said, myself and Dust will be taking you through this. Dust, what things are you looking for here on Mirage? What do you think we should keep our eyes on?
I just hope that we see a little bit more diversity from Fnatic's T side on Mirage. I'm really hoping that we'll be able to see them have like some nice established roles, some good mid control, maybe throw in some pacing changes here and there, be a little bit more decisive, have a little bit better trading. Just a sharper, a finer tuned team is really what I'm hoping to see. And for Tyloo, it'd be cool to see them not just immediately go out of this tournament. I mean, the last couple of big lands they've been to, they've pretty much gone 3 and out. So it would be kind of neat to see them actually maybe make some progression, actually maybe, you know, cause an upset here and there and be interesting. You know, that's always kind of the hope. And obviously Mirage is a map that in the past Tyloo's always been quite good. And it's always kind of hard to read their map pool because they play pretty well on almost every map whenever they're playing within the Asian region. But it's whenever they get to big events like this where that never really translates, or it's been a while since it has. But I feel like this map classically has been good for a lot of these players. Usually very comfortable playing it, usually pretty well drilled on their own strategy. So I'm hoping that we have another, you know, interesting game. Hopefully no blowouts or anything like that.
Well, Tyloo are going to be starting on the T side, or the CT side, pardon me, obviously, as this is Fnatic's choice of map. Many people, myself, would consider the easier of the sides, but T sides can definitely do a lot of damage.
Yep. Almost feels pretty even to me, to be fair.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's super CT-sided. Definitely not. JW is the lone aggressor / interference player over on the B side. He can also wrap around quickly through underpass if his team do get any success on the A side of the map. Freeman, back and forward, patrolling the windows. Just waiting to see if any player just pops up in underpass. But the rest of the Swedes are waiting in the wings for an A hit. And it would only be against Summer. He is the kit wearer. But here come the smokes. What can he do?
Indeed, just blocked off. Freeman forced to rotate out of window. This is going to concede the A-bomb. So they're just going to play for a retake now. It was a 3-man stack kind of towards that B side. So this was the kind of repercussions of playing this way, is that you're going to have to just get this up and hope that you can retake effectively. They do have 1 smoke on Summer. That's about it. Golden going to be watching the flank through T-spawn. Then they also have JW in such a clutch spot coming through underpass. He can also backstab.
Smoke down onto the site. They're going to be looking to try and get the defuse in, and amongst it, he's still on the site. Tyloo was so close to the defuse, and Summer gets it in amongst the smoke. It's going to be a bloodbath, and Fnatic are going to keep Golden alive with a 3K, but Tyloo will not give a damn. The round has gone their way.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there on the retake. 3 different players involved on that. It's as clean as it gets, especially given it's a 5-on-5. Getting that defuse when they needed it most. Golden, obviously, off the back of this bomb plant, will get the SIG into use right away. 4 players at middle, 1 in the palace. Bomb left behind in T-spawn. With this many terrors fully committed towards connector, and 1 disc pushed up palace who's now gone. That's a yikes for me, man. Now they're going to finally go back for the bomb. They've already lost a player along the way.
They lost a bit of a firepower in the process, though, of such a small, strange mistake.
Still have control of ladder, though, and Golden will actually pop out and catch somebody aggressive on the catwalk. Bintet is able to trade that thing right back, though, get it back into a 3 versus 3. But this is going to favor Fnatic the slightest bit. They have better health right now. Firepower is about even. But 3-on-3s are always going to favor T-sides, and the defenses are going to get split up like this. They already have some headway up connector as well. Going to be on Summer and Freeman. Even a window boost is going to come into play. So this is going to be tough for Tyloo to handle, all things considered, especially since Bintet is just committed to the B apartment hold.
Oh, but Crims has been put in his place, and I believe that Summer saw a second player in connector as he runs out and gets sideswiped. What a shot by Brolin, though, onto Freeman in ramp. Bintet making moves up into connector. He's not able to stop the bomb plant. And that's going to be all she wrote for the round. Tyloo will concede. Fnatic just about get away with it.
Yeah, brilliant display there from Brolin with the Galil. Big kills from him, catching Bintet in the end. Also had that big shot down to A ramp. Definitely Tyloo had some good positioning there. Could have been a problem, but not for Brolin. Now it's all tied up right away. Force buy here from Tyloo. Upgraded pistols across the board as well as some armor and a little bit of utility sprinkled around. Waiting to see what they want to do with it here. Nades are going to get pushed over towards A ramp. Crimson Brolin will take some of that heat, but able to fall back just fine. That is a rough Molotov from Felusha. That's not anywhere near at all what he wanted.
It isn't, but it probably won't end up coming back to haunt them with such superior firepower. Freeman's also tagged down. No kits in play. Bomb has been dropped back again. Easily replenished, retrievable, I should say. Fnatic going to take some connector control again.
It's always good to have it this early. It allows you to really, split this A bomb site. You can still, eventually go up catwalk, what have you. All the options are open to them. Crims adding on to that with the pick into Summer into the window room. Golden pitching in as well. It's really just going swimmingly right now for Fnatic. A bomb site completely has folded. Crims still has possession of Cat.
Some slick entries. Golden this time. Doubling up with his AK-47, and somebody is going to be making a move. If he decides to push through the murder hole, it will live up to its name. However, if he stays in this position, it may be a bit more difficult to tell. JW is going to find somebody. He was getting wall banged from the back. I think it was Golden that was shooting him there, but Tyloo are going to be onto an eco.
Chance for Fnatic to build up a nice little early lead here. Again, their tournament lives are on the line on this map. They did lose the opening one on Inferno to Tyloo, and it was a pretty close game. But that doesn't matter. What matters most is that they are a map down in the series. They need this one. They need this pick of theirs to work out so they can get this to a third. Obviously, this round should be a given. There are a couple of kills coming in, though, from Attacker. Fair enough. Actually, some economic damage being done when it's all said and done. Another one from Summer as well. Actually gets a SIG out of it, Vince.
And he's just seen the bomb.
Oh, interesting.
Now, to be fair, Fnatic still have 2 flashes and some grenades to play with, and Summer doesn't have Kevlar.
So does he actually want to try to play this, or just really save this SIG? I mean, that's kind of the thing. I think you have to go for it now that you have the bomb.
Yeah.
Hard not to.
Main line up for him. Nah. It's well played in the end by Fnatic. They going to do 2 very separate angles of aggression, and there's not much that Summer could really do about that. But as you said, I mean, that's a lot of damage inflicted with, by and large, just USPs. That's way more than they've been anticipating.
Absolutely. 2 from Attacker. Those that flank at mid. Not bad at all. Full buy up from Tyloo. No AWP involved, but M4s across the board and some utility, though there is no kit. That makes retakes a little bit more complicated. We'll see if that plays a role in things or not. As Fnatic wasting no time gathering up the bulk of their forces towards A. They have 1 player towards middle. It's going to be JW kind of lurking around inside of a smoke. Does Attacker and somebody realize it's the question? Indeed they do.
Yeah, they had a good idea about it, but now it's Fnatic that are piling out onto A, going to go for the plant. Bunch of bullets whizzing past Crims, but it's not going to be enough to deter him or take him down. Able to trade across to the AK are Tyloo. In terms of firepower and really most metrics, they are certainly still favorites to take this round. The only downside is they have no kits to play with, but if they can get up close and personal, this round should be going underway. Flusher, though, at range with the SG, is going to land the headshot. There's another one, and he's going to spin around and look for one more. It's down to Golden. His position not quite compromised just yet. They're going to have a good idea as to where he currently is. He just needs to waste a bit more time, and that's going to do it. Tyloo, they are having the kits. Fnatic are going to pick up their 4th, even if it costs them all their lives.
Nice job there for Fnatic to find another one on the board, despite the fact that they started off not that great with JW getting caught so early on at middle. The rest of their players were able to turn up and make things happen. Golden actually up to 9 kills already here in the 5 rounds played. That's definitely a great performance from him. Usually not the one that we're talking about putting up the heavy fragging volume, but he's definitely been up to the task so far here on Mirage. It's also been interesting to see how the roles have shaken down. JW playing the B apartment solo, not playing middle as a primary opper. Crim's in there instead. Which I guess, to be fair, we've seen happen before. When JW wasn't the opper of this team, he used to play B apartments quite a lot. So probably feels pretty comfy with it. Golden and Brolin exactly where you expect them to be. Flush to play on the edge of the map, again, as you'd expect. He's played outside A the bulk of his career on this map for different versions of that.
Good flashbang. It's going to be a drop in the bucket, though. Attacker running out of CZ rounds. Never really stood a chance at mustering up a possible coup of the round and taking it away from Fnatic. Summer, though, may have a bit of better luck. It doesn't have any Kevlar and no longer has health. But again, it is another round where Tyloo at least take a few players down with them. It's going to gradually whittle away Fnatic's economy.
Yeah, not much you can expect in a situation like that. But if you can get those rebuys in, at least you're getting something. Crims and Brolin actually are quite low on cash. Same with Golden. So they might actually have to take kind of a weird buy if they were to lose this one. Or save. Crims, though, a great timing up the A ramp. Tries to go for a bit extra, but Summer was waiting for it with the AWP at ticket, so he kind of stops the bleed a little bit. Though it does give Fnatic a little bit of wiggle room now. They can manipulate the rotations. They have still plenty of time left on the clock. They have control of middle. Definitely a lot going for the Swedes here.
Just doesn't seem like Tyloo are really getting any kind of a foothold here on their CT side. They're just being picked off one by one. Aggression. It's no frills. It's nothing out of the ordinary here that Fnatic are going for. But it's just been very effective, very efficient. Summer stuck on the CT boxes with his AWP. First nice shot. What? Unlikely to add any more to his tally. And Fnatic moved to a very brisk, comfortable 6-1 lead.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. Like, when the 4-4 happened, based on that initial exchange with Crims up A ramp, you basically saw Attacker, like, trying to go for a peek at middle, but not with a flash or anything, any type of assistance. No pressure from Connector to help free him up to get an easier time on the battle. And he also swung really wide, so it's pretty easy for Fnatic. As long as they were just paying attention to the window, they were going to get that kill probably 9 times out of 10. Also caught kind of a CT fighting Connector from inside the site, which was easy timing kill for the player coming out of Palace. So it's just kind of, you know, good trading, good teamwork from Fnatic, but also Tyloo really kind of making it easy on them with some of the peaks that they took. Now it's going to be a tactical timeout coming out of it. Tyloo just on the upgraded pistols, having to make sure they can have enough money to full buy in the next round. So Fnatic with a great chance to go up 7-1, and really, they are steamrolling this map so far, Vince. I mean, a map 3 is looking pretty likely unless Tyloo can really change it up. They haven't really found any type of footing in this game. This is nothing like the team we saw in Inferno.
Absolutely not, and that's the key thing. I mean, normally 1-6, yeah, it's rough, but you don't really call the map off that. But it's just been the manner in which they've gone down 1-6.
Yeah.
How easy this has been for Fnatic. How different this tale is playing out to the Inferno map that we just witnessed. I mean, every duel Fnatic are winning. Every single decision they're making is being effective, efficient, and it's just paying off. I can't see how Tyloo are going to muster up any kind of decent CT side off his bases so far. And then Brolin's landing entries like that, just absolutely nuts. Just double tapping people left and right.
It's just massive. You got to kill him. Palace got a sig and got another kill out of it. He gets it into the some winnable 1v2 for somebody. It's not going to be easy, but at least it's possible.
I think because of his position and his HP, this is going to be so very difficult for him to pull off. But yeah, I mean, as you say, considering it was looking like it was just going to be a landslide of a round, at least there is something to play for here. Somebody has definitely been spotted. He's shot a couple of bullets across towards Shadow. And Crim's using the cheeky little gap.
That is so
firebox.
nasty, man. You hardly ever actually can line up a player that way through that crack in the box, but Crims was able to in that round. That is disgusting. I really wish we got rid of some of those, like especially the one that's on A ramp on Vertigo on that sandbag is also really annoying. But yeah, nonetheless, Fnatic 7-1. It's an escape. This is CS:GO after all. Different kind of 7.
I mean, this just
wild.
exemplifies everything we're talking about.
Away with that.
It's just a flash out, 2 entries. And that's some matchmaking levels of play, and that's not to knock Fnatic. It's been working. Why would you switch it up? But like, how are Tyloo not able to repel that sort of play?
Especially out of Golden. I mean, that's not normally the most skilled entry fragger that you're looking for. Usually, you should be able to deal with that just fine. I mean, I guess the flash maybe was just super on point. I didn't get to see that from their perspective. Maybe they were just really that widescreened, but definitely kind of crazy to see just one guy push up A by himself and get 2 kills. Luckily, we've seen Tyloo be able to trade it back throughout the rest of this round. But it's still connected control for Fnatic. Bomb is making its way up ramp. There is some assistance from a Bintet. Even a rotation from somebody through underpass. Actually, this is not looking too bad for Tyloo, Vince. They're actually getting in some really good positions before the bomb even gets into the site.
That is true. It's one of the few rounds where it looks like they could very well have an advantageous position. Flash up. I think he just got tagged off a Molotov.
Hello?
Somebody knifes JW. Which was in the connector. Out he comes, but there's Brolin with 3 in quick succession, helping Flusher out, saving his life, and getting Fnatic across the finish line again.
That is unreal. That should be Tyloo's round absolutely all day long. Brolin, that's just robbery getting those 3 kills, especially on the second player, somebody who stepped out from stairs. That should be his kill all day long. Brolin should not be doing that, but Brolin has been super on point. He was also really, really good on most of it, particularly on that CT side, playing the pit area and the apartments. He's definitely been showing up here for his team. It's another kind of lower buy for Tyloo, or I should say it's low in the sense that they don't have much firepower, but they bought all that they could. And man, these swings out window from attacker just aren't working, man. That's twice he's tried to do that now throughout this half, and each time he's been stamped out immediately. That's just not going to cut it.
Which is really indicative of how this entire map's gone. You know, they're not smoking a Molotoving ramp, so people keep pushing it constantly from Fnatic. Why wouldn't they? This time they're going through mid, and it's going to be a case of just clearing up all these tight angles. The grenade count on Tyloo is exceptionally low. Molly, smoke, and flash. That's it, over 2 players. Flush up with the freest of kills on Summer, and I mean, this is already out of control. I don't think it's getting to that stage. I think it already is. Fnatic are just dictating the pace. They are completely in control. There is nothing that Tyloo can do to stop the onslaught right now.
Indeed. Does seem that way, doesn't it? Third map, if we need it, will indeed be Dust 2. They've actually avoided it all day long, Vince, but we're going to get it here at the end, it seems like, which is fair enough if we have to do it one time. Can't really complain.
What's that, a stomp?
No, a Dust 2.
Aha. Yeah, true. I mean, I think our issues with Dust 2 is that we were
casting it way too much, yeah. Then we cast it like 6 times in a row at Tor or something like that.
no Kevlar. With the round loss bonus that they currently have, it is going to be another buy in the next round. Okay, you're laughing in the background.
Yeah, you just weren't talking for like forever. I don't know if you were lagged out or something. Either way. Discord disconnected. Reasonable.
Oh, that'll do it then.
Discord's a great product. So now we're into the 4-on-4 at this point. AK has been picked up by Bintet. Freeman looking for more as well at that 5-7. Saw some of that on Boiler on Inferno. See it now here on the A-bomb side, but it's not going to go on for too long. Flusha cleaning things up.
All right, somebody, let's give us something to get excited about, somebody. Or not. Yeah. Or 10-1.
This is rough. This is looking more similar to the Vitality Inferno game that Tyloo played. There's just been nothing in the tank. They're not going to go double AWP. See if that can save them.
Well, I guess give them credit for mixing it up and trying something a little bit different, but take that credit away because no one's even watching Palace.
To be fair, Flush have peaked that so incredibly fast. That is pretty wild timing. And look at this from Fnatic. There is no hesitancy whatsoever to follow that thing up as they're already up ramp with 3 players. 1 up Connector, 1 up Palace as well. Roland just dominating the scene.
Man, Brolin and this SG are a match made in heaven. Some of the shots he's been landing have just been absolutely disgraceful. Bentet, in the meanwhile, has got to try and battle until the bitter end with Summer. Try and salvage some more rounds. It's no longer good enough to just save the guns. You've got to do something with them when you're in positions like this. And he does get a dink onto JW, makes him fall to 6 HP, but it's just going the same way again. These rounds... I'm getting deja vu here, Dust. Seems like the same over and over and over again.
Indeed, it does seem that way. It's like Fnatic aren't even really working for it, man. Like, they're able to just kind of waltz their way into these situations. They're seemingly winning all their fights. Stuff seemingly not covered. Like, they're able to way too easily pressure Palace and get up Connector every single round. They're always able to pinch A however they want to. There's really just no resistance from Tyloo. They can't control mid themselves. Their retakes haven't been on point. Their initial defenses haven't really come up with much.
Bentet at least has found a kill and converted into an AK-47, so it gives a little bit of firepower across to Tyloo. Molotov down onto Freeman, instantly smokes it out. Wants to extinguish and allow himself a little bit more room, but Bentet's AK was focused elsewhere, allowing Golden another opportunity to get another round on the board. And, well, this one could be over fast, ladies and gents. Dust 2 might be coming right up around the corner.
All the maps, Vince. Every single map possible will be seen today. Did 4 best of 1s. We did 3 in the last best of 3. That made 7, and we're about to get number 10 here in a second. 10 best of 1s, Vince.
Yeah, and I've been awake for 24 hours, so I'm on the struggle bus right now, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
You have done it to yourself, to be fair.
Well,
but obviously 10 best of 1s is also pretty crazy.
That's what illness does, mate. Good times. Either way, Fnatic putting the final nails in the coffin of Mirage. It is incredibly difficult to see how Tyloo could possibly battle back from this kind of a deficit, especially considering the T-side is coming up next for them.
Somebody the server crash could do it. Help them out.
Maybe.
No. Wouldn't matter, would it? Still will just restart from 11 or 12-1. So that is not a factor.
It just feels like to me, Dust, and obviously by all means, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it just seems like Tyloo are playing default every round, and they're not adapting to what Fnatic are doing at all.
That they're just not winning any gunfights. I mean, at the end of the day, if you do get outshot literally every single time, you're not really going to do a hell of a lot, no matter how well you're positioned. It has come to that a lot. I mean, man for man, I mean, Fnatic are outfragging their counterpart by almost double. When you look down the scoreboard from top fragger to bottom fragger, it is almost a double value for Fnatic at each position. So that's always a bad sign as well.
Ooh, nice shot, somebody through the smoke. Bit of fortune, but could definitely allow Tyloo some of that the way this has been going so far.
They have also changed it up at A ramp, by the way, Vince. They are playing 4 with 2 players there, so this is a little bit of a difference. Also, Fnatic are taking a much slower approach in this round, so it's giving Tyloo some time to get a little bit more comfy and actually push a bit more forward. Double op also in play, obviously. Some are kind of playing for ticket, as well as that one op still playing in the B apartments. Smokes down as well towards Fnatic's side of the A ramp, so it's keeping Tyloo in their forward position quite nicely. Devastating scenes. That's a cheeky one over the smoke, man. That's one of those, like, just on-the-fly boost.
Intuitive plays, though. We haven't really seen it from Tyloo, and Fnatic have been using all the angles available to them. Only a HE and a flashbang remain for Tyloo as well, and 35 seconds to try and stall off the push. Molotov's incoming. attacker is going to be forced out in position momentarily. It lands right next to him, but he does come out swinging with the M4. Roland, in the meanwhile, will make short work of him. 20 seconds to play with. 2-on-2. One of the best chances that Tyloo have had in recent memory to get a second round to double up their round tally. Planting for the short side of the bomb, and Summer does land a quick fire shot onto Flusher, but it's quickly neutralized, and Fnatic 13-1 score.
Yeah, when you're losing rounds like that, where you have that type of, positioning, you get the opening pick. I mean, obviously, Brolin had like that little gimmicky kind of boost over the smoke and got a kill back and got it back into a 4-on-4, and that's always tough, but it feels like those are the types of rounds where if you're ever going to have any chance at winning, those are the ones you got to capitalize on. The ones where you get the opening pick and you have, good spots. Now they're just doing a 4-man stack at A. This is just kind of a dice roll at this point. That ain't going to cut it.
Yeah, that Flusher is really ripping some heads here. Like, as poor as Tyloo have been, Fnatic have been on a different level this map. It makes you think, where the hell was this Fnatic or Inferno?
Yeah.
Like, they just all had a collective slap, and they were like, well, hold on. Well, that being said, Tyloo, to be fair, just got 3 kills very quickly. They're back in this round again. JW and Golden stand between them.
Bomb should make it to B, though. Somebody's still very focused on this smoke in middle. This means the bomb will get planted for free, but if JW cannot get to his teammate, if he gets caught, this could be a real problem. Even if it is a plan, it's still a tough 1 versus 2 for Golden.
It is a real hope now for Tyloo to pick up his second round. No grenades to burst through onto the site with. They need to play together. Golden is in some pretty good form right now. He will punish them if they overextend or play 1 by 1. They need to have some cohesion. Golden using the balcony, the bench at his disposal, peering across the short, just trying to check his angle. Summer goes into his crosshair, and there is no avenging kill. There is no follow-up. This is exactly the kind of position I was talking about, but there is somebody. He is going to claim a 3rd kill, his 10th overall. And it will be 13-2. Tyloo at least gets double.
1 at the beginning and 1 at the end. The alpha and the omega were not the way you wanted it to be. And so it is going to be a big half from Fnatic. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be bringing you the conclusion of Mirage. Stay tuned.
It's been a massacre, and Fnatic are only 3 rounds away from securing their first map and taking us to Dust 2 for the deciding map. One team will be eliminated before the night is over. I'm being joined by Dust and Tyloo on the T side, rocking some Julies.
Indeed they are, Vince. Don't see them too often, but we'll see what happens.
Well, what's happening is Crims has just completely eradicated Attacker, who was the player with the Julies. So, yeah, maybe they're a cursed weapon. Overall, Bentet, though, is going to counteract, and Crims is relocated, but it's the same result. USP headshot delivered first class.
Do have Summer making his way up the catwalk. Summer will be meeting him with the bomb. But Crims is just dishing out 1-taps left, right, and center. It's actually unreal. I feel like he shot 3 bullets and found 3 kills at this point, or something close to it. Has the man even had to reload this round? Don't think so.
The judge, the jury, and the executioner is Crims. He's
literally not reloaded his gun, I don't think. I think he's literally shot 3 bullets. That's it.
Bentet's still in this round, though. He's got a kill of his own. He has the bomb and a USP. So maybe if he can try and draw some fire out from Crims. Roland's not really in a position to help him out. So Bentet going to go over to the site. He's wrapping around the back of them. There's only 25 seconds to go. It's a high risk. If he starts to run at any point now, Roland is going to hear him, and the call will come through that it's A. Oh, Roland's going to meet him. He can hear Bentet. He can see Bentet, and he's killed Bentet. Fnatic, with the second pistol, move one giant leap towards taking us to Dust 2 now.
I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point. If Tyloo were able to somehow muster up the comeback at this point, it would be the most wild shit I may have ever seen. It's just going to be a deagle on Summer in this round. They're actually saving the play for overtime. That's an interesting choice because I don't see it happening. feel like forcing would have actually made more sense in a case like this when you're this far behind, but to each their own.
JW has a scout round, but returns fire with one of his own. He's down to just immediately 2 HP. Flusher through connector. Oh, the jumping frag onto JW, who only needed 1 bullet on 2 HP. But Tyloo are on a 3-on-3, albeit with attacker low, no grenades and no Kevlar.
Not a whole lot of hope in this one, is it? Attacker, the one man that did have a weapon, and spotted out by Crims and Connector. 1 palace and bomb is B apartments. This is the most disjointed thing I've ever seen. I'm not sure what they were hoping to accomplish here, but now the bomb is actually able to get away, and it's going to run through T-Spawn and meet up with Bintet. Bintet, though, is kind of just stepping out alone. Not committing just yet, just trying to get some tabs on what's happening. Bomb actually might get planted. Fnatic has shifted pretty much all their focus over towards the B side of the map. It's just Crims kind of spotting A through connector. So, yeah, they will get a plant, so that's at least some extra money coming in they weren't expecting to get.
I suppose with the scoreline being in such rough shape, though, Fnatic are completely fine with this. They just want to make sure they play as a unit, so it's important they peak as a unit as well. Brolan has no need to rush in. He does have a kit. Fnatic have the firepower and grenades to very comfortably easily retake. That Molotov is going to force Bintet out into the open, into the UMP, and down he will fall. Somebody at range with the Glock. Even if he can get this kill, they're just going to defuse in amongst it. And he actually does best Golden, which is very surprising. But Crims is not going to allow him to move into the connector. And Fnatic now have 13 map points.
With that bomb plant and the fact that they full save, they have a really good buy in this round. That is the one thing that's going for them. But obviously, the mountain that is against them is the 13 rounds they need to get extra rounds out of this map. It's, again, very likely we're just going to see Dust 2 here in a moment. How long can Tyloo prolong is really going to be the question. They're able to get some control of middle with that molly on the connector. Smoke as well, allowing them to push forward. Crims, though, over the top, able to find Bintet. Attacker at least able to find Mythic elsewhere, but Crims is still wreaking havoc.
Not slowing down anytime soon. Freeman, though, with his SG. Capitalizing. Flusher from Palace. Spraying through with the MP9. And Summer, 1-on-3. All the chips on the table. And they've gone bust on Mirage. Dust 2 is going to decide which of these two teams progresses and which of them gets eliminated. And off the basis of that performance, I know what my money's on, Dust.
Yeah, unless they can really have a big turn of face. It does seem like Fnatic are well in control of the series now, but we did see a different Tyloo in front. If that team can come back, maybe we have an interesting game on our hands. Again, folks, hope you're enjoying the broadcast between Vince and I. If you don't know who we are, it is Vince and Dust. Our names are in the title. Also, you might see our faces on screen here time to time. There's a little cool graphic that comes up. But yeah, if you're enjoying yourself, again, we do have one more match to go today. That's going to be it for today, but we do have 3 best of 3s tomorrow and Thursday as we finish off the group stages. We're going to be doing every single game here on the B stream. Appreciate all of you for tuning in and all the support. Again, if you can follow us if you want to, !podcast in chat. Also, use your hashtag DHMasters on social media if you want to get involved in the conversation. But without further ado, we're going to take a quick break to bring you our final map in just a moment. So take